and welcome to CAAPA's Melody of Art, the Coalition for African Americans in the Performing Arts kick-off event. We are so glad you could join us this evening, and we're so thankful to the Overdue Recognition Gallery and Jackie Thompson for hosting this evening's event. We're also looking forward to greetings from Maryland State Delegate Marvin Holmes, and we have our guest of honor, Frank Frazier, world-renowned artist who has been with CAAPA since the very, very beginning. Thank you, Frank. You will hear music this evening from our CAAPA ensemble. We look forward to many other virtual events this season. We hope you'll support us. Please feel free to look on our website to find out more, and thank you again. I will now introduce our Executive Director, Terry Allen, who also happens to be my mother, who will bring you greetings.
Thank you, Pamela, Madam Chairperson. And again, thank you for being here this evening with the Coalition for African Americans in the Performing Arts. Tonight is going to be a grand night, our season kickoff. But first, let me tell you a little bit about CAAPA. If you think of our acronym CAAPA, it stands for Community Outreach, Arts Education, Audience Development, Performance Opportunities, and Arts Partnerships. And we do that in support of Black classical musicians, youth, and others in the performing arts by bringing color to the classics. Let's say it together, everyone. What are we doing? Bringing color to the classics. And now for our program to begin.
Good evening. I am Patrick D. McCoy, and welcome to Melody of Art. On behalf of the Coalition for African Americans in the Performing Arts, we invite you to join us for this virtual presentation of this outstanding recognition of leaders in the arts. We hope that you will follow and view the presentation on Facebook Live, and we hope that you will be gratified in the excellence presented on this evening. Welcome again live from the Overdue Recognition Gallery. I am indeed Patrick D. McCoy and honored to be here with Terry Allen.
Yes. We are so excited tonight. It's going to be a grand night for just talent, recognitions, honorees. And if we were live, we'd be eating good food and drinking cocktails. But you could do that at home. Thank you so much for being here, everyone.
And remember, we are streaming live on CAAPA's Facebook page and YouTube channel. And please share to all your friends to celebrate this special night.
You know, tonight we are going to be honoring those individuals who made a difference during the pandemic. We are so honored to be able to do that here at the Coalition for African Americans in the Performing Arts.
Tonight, we look forward to honoring those in the arts in the community who has certainly made a significant difference, and not only made a difference, they pivoted during this unprecedented time.
We are also going to hear from our CAAPA Jazz Ensemble, as well as a wonderful aspiring soprano, Liana Freeland, and a student flautist, Layla Sermon. But you know what? This is our season kickoff for 2021 and 2022. We are so excited about that. This is our going into our 18th season. In 2 years, it's going to be 20 years. Can you believe that, Patrick?
That's amazing.
Oh my gosh.
So amazing.
It is. It really is.
Today also happens to be a special day in our nation's history. It is the 20th anniversary of September 11th. It was a horrific series of acts of terror which changed the mindset and in many ways the actions of our country. Let us keep the victims' families in our thoughts, keep our nation in our prayers, and celebrate the resiliency of the American people. It is with our strength and fortitude that we have been able to move forward. God bless our people, and God bless America.
Thank you so much, Patrick. And, you know, it's so important that we remember this day, September 11th. I can't believe it's been 20 years It's a sombering time. It was a sombering time. And even now, as we move into this area of racial divide and the pandemic, there's still a lot that we must continue to pray for.
Terry, this is all script, but do you remember what were you doing on September 11th?
I was teaching my 6th grade class on September 11th. The librarian knocked on my door because she knew I was in New York, and she knew my 2 children were still there, Victor Simonson and Pamela Simonson, who also happened to be the founders of the coalition. But she came and knocked on my door and she said, Mrs. Allen, please turn on your monitor. And I did. And then I saw the second plane crash. It was very moving. And I said to my 6th grade students at that time, I said, boys and girls, the world will never be the same. But now that this is our 18th season, 2021 to 2022, aren't we excited about that?
Yes!
Oh my gosh. And here are some of the highlights. So we have just a variety of different things that we'll be doing this season. Angela M. Brown is going to be doing her opera from a sister's point of view. We even established auditions this season where people will be able to audition for 2022 and 2023. And of course, we'll continue with our online presence through Chillax at Home concerts, like our recital series that was made very, very popular during the pandemic. We just have a variety of different ensembles that we've established, and they'll be performing all season long. The jazz ensemble, the dance ensemble, the chamber ensemble, our CAAPA chorale, which is a 16-voice elite choir, and then we have a volunteer chorus, the Generations Chorus, which is ages 5 through 95. We have so many other activities. Our Opera Composers Project. As a matter of fact, our winner was Stephen Allen. He won $20,000 to launch his work. We have a variety of different partnerships throughout the season with the London Town Symphony Orchestra, with the Prince George's Symphony Orchestra, and of course, our ladies of the season. Just a variety. Alexander Critchlow, Simone Paulwell, Shayna O'Shara, Sister Joy Alford. We even have a concert that's called 9 Negroes, and it's going to chronicle the lives of African Americans here in this country through music, from the time that we left the motherland and the Middle Passage and the 9 different eras. But we couldn't do that without our sponsors. And we are so thankful to the National Endowment for the Arts, Maryland National Capital Park and Planning Commission, Prince George's Arts and Humanities Council, ASALA, which is the Association for the Study of African American Life and History, Prince George's County Council, and all of the other departments that fund us, Prince George's County Public Schools, which we are officially partners, the Maryland State Arts Council, and Maryland Humanities, as well as our other neighboring partners that we partner with throughout the year. And that includes people like the Lynx, the Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority, WETA, Davies Concert Series, and so many others. And we're just so proud and honored to be partners with those individuals.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we have been waiting for some CAAPA music. It has been difficult times in the past 18 months, with the pandemic resurging, challenging social justice and our issues in society. As we search for peace, coming to you live right here from the Overdue Recognition Gallery. Let's listen to the CAAPA Jazz Ensemble featuring music director Ronald Walton on piano, performing a piece Momentarily by Horace Silver, with Percy White on the bass and Angel Bethea on the drums, Momentarily.
Yes, because we have a special treat for you. Our chairman of the board of directors, Reginald, and we call him Reggie, Van Lee, will share a greeting with us before we hear our music. We are just so proud and honored to have Reggie as a part of our team. He came on board just recently appointed as the chairman of the board of directors. And without further ado, Reggie, are you there?
I'm here. I'm here.
Yay! There you are. There you are.
Well, thank you very much, Terry and Patrick. And on behalf of the board of directors of the Coalition for African Americans in the Performing Arts, I want to welcome you and thank you for your patronage tonight and your support in bringing color to the classics. We're looking forward to an exciting season, and with your continued support and attendance, ticket purchases, and sponsorships, we will continue to thrive. Again, welcome you and thanks.
Thank you very much, Reginald Vanley. But we all call him Reggie. We love you so much, and we appreciate your support and your love that you have for CAAPA. Thank you.
And now, without further ado, let us welcome the CAAPA
Jazz Ensemble. Thank you very much to our CAAPA Jazz Ensemble. Let's give them a hand. And at home, everybody, just give them a big hand. Directed by Ronald Walton. Thank you so much. That was beautiful. That was beautiful. And as I mentioned, we are here live at the Overdue Recognition Gallery. Let's watch a short video that will just highlight the gallery.
How did we get the name Overdue Recognition Art Gallery? We get asked that quite often. So my husband and I, Derek Thompson and I, we own the gallery together, and we found that there was not a lot of representation for African American art, and it's very overdue, so we came up with the name Overdue Recognition because we want to give these African American artists the exposure that they need, the same that their peers are getting. Hi, my name is Jackie Thompson from Overdue Recognition Art Gallery, and I'm glad to be here today with you all and to celebrate the CAAPA experience. The lady that runs the gallery, without her, I don't know what I would do, Jasmine. She does everything around here, so if you call, ask for Jasmine. Hello. This is actually the second year we've hosted the CAAPA event. When CAAPA approached us, we were really happy to partner with them because we know it's all connected, the art, the music, and everything. So it was really nice to host the event here, and we're happy to have it here this year and for many years to come. Overdue Recognition and CAAPA love to bring color to the classics.
Thank you, Jackie Thompson and her husband, Derek, for just allowing us this opportunity to be surrounded by this beautiful art. I'm a lover of visual art. I'm also what I'd like to consider myself a quasi-collector of Black art. But I just love the opportunity to be here. Isn't this a wonderful setting?
Beautiful space.
Yes, yes, yes. And as Jackie says, we are helping to bring color to the classics. And one way we're able to do that is to give you an opportunity to hear young, aspiring Black classical musicians. And today I am so honored, so pleased to introduce one of our own, Ayanna Freeland. Let's give her a big hand. Yes, Ayanna Freeland.
Storm, it won't be long, you will anchor by and by. Stand the storm, it won't be long, you will anchor by and by. Stand the storm, it won't be long, you will anchor by and by. Stand the storm, it won't be long, you'll anchor by and by. Your ship is on the ocean, you will anchor by and by. Your ship is on the ocean, you will anchor by and by. You're heading for the kingdom where you'll anchor by and by. You're heading for the kingdom where you'll anchor by and by. Your mother's in the kingdom where you'll anchor by and by. Mother's in the kingdom where you'll anchor by and by. Stand the storm, it won't be long, you will anchor by and by. Stand, now you'll anchor by and by. Stand
Let's give her another big hand. Yes, yes, yes. And you know, I always like to have a teaching moment at any CAAPA event. And that is whenever you hear a lady perform and you want to give her accolades and you want to applaud her, you say brava. But if a gentleman is performing and you want to give him accolades, you would say, by contrast, bravo. And if two or more are performing and you want to give them accolades and you want to give a big hand, you would say, bravi. So again, to Ayana, brava.
Brava.
So I just want to apologize right now because my director, who is doing a wonderful job, her name is Jay, and the assistant director is Jaquise. They told me what to do, and I didn't follow the script. So what I'm going to do now is to introduce to you our first honoree. I would like to take this opportunity to introduce our first awards presenter for this evening. Adrian Danrich is a composer, producer, and a writer who is also an Emmy award-winning soprano. Having performed on stages throughout the world in concerts, operas, and television broadcasts, who better to introduce the Coalition for African Americans in the Performing Arts 2021 Arts Pioneer Award, Nicole Houston. Then a dear friend and colleague who appreciates her talent, values her relationship, and encourages her in all she does. Please welcome Adrian Danrich.
Thank you so much, Terry. I am honored to be here tonight. My friend, my sister, Nicole Houston Lang, congratulations on tonight's fantastic honor. Nicole and I met at CCM, which is the College Conservatory of Music in Cincinnati, Ohio, and we became fast friends. She is an astounding, extraordinary artist. And after 2 years at CCM, Nicole got accepted into the Houston Grand Opera Studio. I don't know how many people could say that, but hey, Nicole. Her career skyrocketed, and since then, she has sung all over the world, including places like the Metropolitan Opera, Houston Grand Opera, San Francisco, Dallas, Washington, Los Angeles, Semper Opera Dresden, Deutsche Oper am Rhein in Dusseldorf. Ooh, I had to practice that one. And the Glyndebourne Festival. During the pandemic, Nicole created and produced a magnificent virtual series entitled the Purple Robe Song Series. If you haven't caught it, catch up on it because it's good, honey, to make your life so happy. She received a Broadway World Award for Best Vocal Recital in the streaming category. And one of the performances on the Purple Robe Song Series was Nicole's epic, I tell you, production of her Lift Every Voice and Sing video, which features 66 world-class African-American singers, conducted by Damian Sneed with Kevin Miller at the piano. Only Nicole could gather so many amazing artists in such a short period of time, with all of the artists volunteering their time and talent. Nicole, you are indeed a force to be reckoned with when it comes to things you are passionate about, and there are many. From volunteering in your Katy community to building boxes for people who needed the victims of Haiti, to mentoring and everything, to these beautiful young ones who look up to you. You always get it done. On top of all of that activism, your artistic excellence shines even brighter, my sister. You wear your heritage, your passion, and your zeal for the betterment of our people like the most finely crafted golden lace garment. Your Purple Robe Song Series was a light and a balm for me and so many during the early days of the pandemic. You and your amazingly gifted family and friends brought music, love, and laughter into our homes and much needed joy into our hearts. You deserve this award and so much more. I love you, my sister. Congratulations. I love you.
Nicole, it is my honor on behalf of the Coalition for African Americans in the Performing Arts to present this special Arts Pioneer Award. And I couldn't think of a better person to get this honor. Congratulations for your accomplishments as a soprano with the Metropolitan Opera, Houston Grand Opera, San Francisco Opera, Dallas Opera, Washington National Opera, Los Angeles Opera, and numerous others. And we thank you for your undying commitment and creativity in pioneering the popular Purple Robe series to help uplift and inspire the virtual and online community during the challenges of the pandemic, and for your continued support on behalf of Black classical musicians. Nicole Houston, the Coalition for African Americans in the Performing Arts, applauds and recognizes you for helping in bringing color to the classics. Congratulations, Nicole.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Patrick. Thank you, Terry. Thank you, Adrian, for your wonderfully kind words. I don't know what I can say. I am just honored to be receiving this award. I'm honored to be receiving it from people of color, from Black singers, from Black performers. It is something that really touches my heart, and hearing all of these words really moves me. I honestly have to say, I started the Purple Robe Song series as something to keep myself from not going stir crazy and bored during the pandemic. But while I was programming it, I realized I wanted to give a diverse view of music that I like, because I feel that people think that opera singers are unattainable, unreachable beings instead of humans. And as a Black singer, I wanted to show, I grew up not just listening to Mozart or Verdi, I listened to Stevie Wonder, the Gap Band, Billy Joel, Tina Turner. I listened to all of that. And I wanted to show people that Black singers, Black opera singers can also be accessible. And on my path in doing that, I just, I couldn't do it all by myself. So I would call my friends, and so many Black opera singers, as well as Caucasian and other races, joined in with me to do this. And it was so much fun. But as you all said, the Lift Every Voice and Sing was a whole nother elevation of making music. It was something that came to me in the middle of the night at 4 a.m, where I woke up and said, I want to sing Roland Carter's Lift Every Voice and Sing with as many Black opera singers as I could. And I asked, and they came, and everyone worked for free. The people who helped make the video, everything. And it turned into a piece of art that will live on. And it's something I'm so extremely proud of. And I can say that I was lucky to sing with Patrick, Adrian, and George Shirley. I mean, come on, when was I going to sing with George Shirley? So I am honored that I entertained people, that I educated people, that I exposed people to other Black opera singers. I had so many people coming up to me saying, I didn't know there were that many Black opera singers when they saw Lift Every Voice and Sing. I was like, oh, honey, there's much more. Wake up. So thank you for this prestigious honor. I am moved beyond, like I've been sitting here, I don't know how my makeup looks right now, but I just want to say thank you. Thank you, CAAPA. Thank you, Patrick. Thank you, Terry. Thank you, Adrian. Thank you.
You are so welcome, Nicole. We are so honored to honor you. And on behalf of our Board of Directors, Chairman Reginald Van Lee, our co-founder, Pamela Simonson, and Victor Simonson, who both happen to be my children, I just want to extend my congratulations to you. You've done such a worthy work in the community during such a difficult and challenging and unprecedented time. Yeah. And when I would sit and watch you in that purple robe, and you would sing all kinds of songs and have all kinds of people, it really did bring joy to my heart and to so many others. So kudos to you in the CAAPA, the Coalition for African Americans in the Performing Arts Pioneer Award. Kudos and congratulations again. God bless you always and always.
Thank you. Bless you as well.
And of course, you know, Nicole, I'm going to have you say what our slogan is when I ask you, what are we doing here at CAAPA?
Bringing color to the classics.
Yes, okay, now okay. What are we doing?
Bringing color to the classics.
Yes. Congratulations again. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
They first met at an international vocal competition, all right now, in New York City, and went on to become students and colleagues together at the Curtis Institute of Music in Philadelphia. Now, for the people who are not familiar with these conservatories, that's an important place. Mm-hmm. And without further ado, we welcome Margarita Gianelli. Hello.
Hi.
Yes.
Thank you so much again for having me and giving me the opportunity to present my lovely best friend, Miss Karen Slack. You can all hear me, right? Mm-hmm. Awesome. From the day I met her as a teenager, I was immediately in awe of the seemingly unlimited well of talent she possessed. There was no denying her innate artistry and sophistication. I knew with utmost certainty that Karen Slack would go on to do great things. I have had the privilege of her friendship and sisterhood all these years and have witnessed firsthand her journey as a person and as an artist. I am an eternally grateful recipient of her grace, honesty, generosity, and love. Now, while I have bragged about her and her accomplishments to anyone that will listen, I am mostly proud of her for the work she has put in to honor her God-given talent and her devotion to the art form we all love so much. She has always had the ingenuity and courage to create and occupy a space for herself. In addition to this, Karen has insisted on making room and creating opportunities for anyone else that has had the desire to make a difference themselves. She is a mentor, a collaborator, a colleague, a cheerleader, a defender, an advocate, and an artist of the highest order. Ladies and gentlemen, please allow me to introduce the CAAPA Arts Trailblazer Awardee, the incomparable Karen Slack.
Karen Slack. I can't believe I'm actually even speaking with her. The esteemed Karen Slack. I've watched many, many, many of your broadcasts. And now, the Arts Trailblazer Award presented to Karen Slack for your outstanding performances as a soprano with the Metropolitan Opera, the Lyric Opera of Chicago, Washington National Opera, San Francisco Opera, for your trailblazing efforts in launching your digital talk show, Kiki Conversations, which garnered critical acclaim from both Opera News and the New York Times, and for your undying commitment to enlighten the online community and inspire us during the pandemic, and for your continued advocacy and support on behalf of Black classical musicians. Karen Slack, the Coalition for African Americans in the Performing Arts, applauds and recognizing you for helping to bring color to the classics. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. You know, anybody who knows me knows that I always lead from a place of service, always putting other people first because it makes me feel supported when I bring people with me. I just want to say, to have my best friend speak about me like that, it just moved my heart so much. And it means so much to be recognized from my own people, as Nicole said, to share this moment with my people who I'm fans of, and also friends, Nicole Houston and Larry and Kenny, who I can say, because of his love of opera, in high school, Kenny and I went to high school together in Philadelphia. Because of his love and passion for opera, it encouraged me to say out loud that I loved opera. And so he knows that I'm always eternally grateful for for him having the courage to step into his destiny. I just want to thank the wonderful people at CAAPA, because without organizations like this in our community, we would not be here. I would not be here without wonderful organizations and the history that Philadelphia musicians in Philadelphia, our love and our history in classical music. When I started Convo,
I would like to take this opportunity to when
I started Convos and during the pandemic, it was to, again, in service to spotlight artists, and my cat is at the screen. It was to spotlight artists, to give them a platform to be shown in a different way, in a different light, outside of their gifts. So many of us are on social media, we're out singing in the world, and people only know us for our talents. And so Convos was created at my kitchen table last spring. But it was something that had been on my heart for a number of years, but I was too afraid to create it. And I didn't really know how to until I was forced to. And I had no idea that what I had given birth to, other people needed. So it needed to be in this moment. And it has blessed me in ways that I can't even express. And other people, it's blessed other people. And Convos will live on. Convos is coming back. It is my baby. And it has shown me that what you can birth things outside of opera. You can birth things outside of just what you sing. You are more than your gift. You can give in a different way, and creating spaces and platforms for other people outside of singing is also your gift of service. And so I didn't expect to cry. Marty and I were talking about whether or not we were going to cry or not, but anyway, I don't want to take up too much more time, but thank you to anyone who thought about me to put my name forward in this moment. I am honored, and I will continue my work for as long as I can, to make my people proud, to make other, to create space for other artists always. And thank you, Patrick. Thank you, Ms. Terry. Thank you, Pamela. Thank you, Angela Simpson. Thank you, anybody who put my name in a room. Thank you so much.
And now we're going to hear words from our local state delegate, Marvin Holmes. I would like to take this opportunity to introduce to you someone very near and dear to our hearts, someone who has been supportive and here at the Melody of Art with CAAPA since the very, very beginning. Maryland State Delegate, Marvin Holmes.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to tonight's performance. My name is Marvin Holmes, and I'm a member of the Maryland General Assembly in the House of Delegates from Legislative District 23B. I am here this evening to bring you greetings from the Coalition of African Americans in the Performing Arts, better known as CAAPA. The primary function of CAAPA is to support artists of color. This evening's performance is a virtual performance and is a little bit different from the past dozen or so opportunities that have had to recognize the superior efforts of CAAPA. But I guarantee you it will be just as enjoyable. So relax and listen as CAAPA brings color to the classics.
Thank you so much for those words, Delegate Holmes. And now we're going to have some more music from the CAAPA Jazz Ensemble performing Epistrophe.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh boy, I feel like having a glass of wine right now or a cocktail. You know, today we posted an entire program on Facebook. If you happen to be on page 9, you will see a recipe for CAAPA's popular Opportini cocktail. The recipe can be found there. And we're going to just hold up mock glasses right now to make a toast for tonight. So wherever you are, hold up a glass, hold up a glass, hold up a glass, wherever you are. And let's salute to CAAPA, the Coalition for African Americans in the Performing Arts. Let's salute also to those families that are getting through those trials and tribulations for today, 9/11. Let's toast to continuing the prayers for all of those individuals that have been affected by the pandemic. And let's toast for social justice in our country and in our land. Salute.
Salute.
Salute. And now we are going to have Senator Melanie Griffin's award. I am happy to introduce to you the presenter of that award, Sister Joy Alford. She has been a personal friend of mine and also a colleague, just riding through with the arts and doing things for almost 20 years now. Can you believe it, Joy? Unbelievable. She is the poet laureate for Prince George's County, right here in this area. And she is also the CAAPA Charter founding board member for the coalition. She is known to the nation and to the world as a renowned spoken word artist, author, and poet for social justice. She also has known the work of our next honoree, and here to introduce is Sister Joy Alford.
Good evening, CAAPA, family and friends, and in particular, our most exceptional friend of the arts, Senator Melanie Griffith. I enthusiastically acknowledge and welcome our esteemed Maryland State Senator, whom I might add, in 2020, became the first African-American woman elected as President pro tem for the Maryland Senate. Senator Griffith is a leading voice for Prince George's County on key policy issues, demonstrating solid fiscal stewardship over $1 million projects and budgets, working with, among others, the Maryland State Arts Council, the Maryland Film Industry Coalition, and the Joint Committee on Children's, Youth, and Families. Melanie Griffith also wears the hat of Deputy Chief Officer of the Prince George's Arts and Humanities Council, where she champions the arts and for many of us, sets the example on how to serve the community with excellence, enthusiasm, insight, and integrity. Now, of course, I'm doubly excited today because I present this award as a CAAPA Charter Board member for the Coalition of African Americans in the Performing Arts and a CAAPA Advisory Committee member. As such, I know the long-standing and extraordinary support that Senator Griffith has provided to CAAPA over the years. I doubt anyone here today would be surprised to learn of the extraordinary, not just length, but breadth of her service. As a former licensed clinical social worker, yes, she knows how to connect with, serve, and engage her constituency. You see, whether wearing the hat of President Pro Tem of the Maryland State Senate, or as Senator of District 25, or Deputy Chief Officer of Prince George's Arts and Humanities Council, Senator Griffith treats youth, seniors, veterans, healthcare providers, nonprofit administrators, arts organization, artists, arts enthusiasts, citizens seeking improved educational opportunities or greater exposure to quality arts experience. All Senator Griffith treats each with respect, attention to genuine compassion, offering more often than not, more than is requested or expected. Now, as Deputy Chief Officer of the Prince George's Arts and Humanities Council, Senator Griffith champions the arts in Prince George's County through such initiatives as Prince George's Got Talent. Yes, she negotiates on behalf of Prince Georgians to ensure resources and administration, for example, for the county's premier arts performance space and gallery at National Harbor. Yes, Arts the Nation, while fostering partnerships that provide win-win opportunities within the county's myriad and diverse stakeholders. These are just a few of the more visible ways that Senator Griffith has, often through personal challenge and at times public discord and difficulty, continued to prove that she is a committed friend to the arts in Prince George's County. Now, Senator Griffith has been an unofficial mentor to me since before I was appointed as Poet Laureate for Prince George's County, emulating her example of what I observe to be excellence through service and service through excellence. All of that greatly aided my efforts to serve over these past 3 years with excellence as Poet Laureate. Now, and as the inaugural Poet Laureate, where there was no trail, no path to follow, I thought it was essential to determine how best to serve the citizens of this county. I needed only to look at the exceptional example of Senator Melanie G. Griffith, who serves her constituents, providing information, opportunities, resources, and paths towards equity with excellence. And I might add also with grace and style. And so today, for these reasons and more, we say, thank you, Senator Melanie Griffith, on behalf of the multitude of Marylanders, artists and arts enthusiasts of Prince George's County and throughout Maryland. CAAPA is pleased to present this 2021 CAAPA Arts Service Award to arts advocate and enthusiast, woman of excellence, Senator Melanie G. Griffith. Congratulations, Senator Griffith.
So if I could just say a few words, I think that's appropriate. Let me just say how honored I am to be acknowledged by CAAPA. I don't even know where to begin, but I'll begin by saying the first time I learned of CAAPA, I was invited to attend a program called Soprano Slay. And I had no idea what I was in for. But when I got through probably the first 10 minutes of the program, I felt I'd been transformed to a place that I didn't even know existed. It was the most amazing and incredible experience. And I knew what was meant by bringing color to the classics. To experience that kind of beautiful performance here in Prince George's County, the place that I know and love and call home, was just an incredible, incredible experience. And I want to applaud Terry and Patrick and all of the folks at CAAPA for your incredible work and contributions to this incredible community that we all call home. I want to thank you especially for... I want to thank you for allowing me to spend a little more time in my day with Sister Joy, who is a dear friend. And I'm just a big fan. Even when she speaks, it sounds like poetry, just a conversation over the phone. You feel like you're in the presence of a poet laureate, because you are. She embodies that title in everything that she does. And she will leave no Prince Georgian, as a matter of fact, no one in the region, untouched by spoken word and an opportunity to share their experiences through poetry. I've been listening to the other honorees and those who celebrate them, and I find myself just extremely honored to be in the company of such talented individuals who are touching the arts across this country and around the world, along with the folks at CAAPA. I am just really, it's a humbling experience for me to be a part of this program, because my family, I come from a family of performing artists, and to be included in this company is just a wonderful experience. I often tell friends and family I heart the arts, and I take my love for the arts everywhere I go. You all have elevated the classics. You've elevated the way the arts are perceived and consumed by people who might not have been exposed to the genres that you all provide. And I have to say, I'm just incredibly impressed by some of the costumes as well, because that's art. You've heard people mention tonight 9/11, and I pause and give honor to those who are without their loved ones because their loved ones were serving our country. And we all know that we've been through this devastating pandemic. And I've heard mentioned the equity and inclusion and the racial justice issues that our country has been really reckoning with. And so I just know that you all appreciate, as I do, the healing virtue of the arts. And I trust that we're going to continue to heal our community together through the arts as we continue to bring color to the classics. Thanks so much for allowing me to be a part of this program and for acknowledging me along with these incredible, talented people. And thank you, Sister Joy, for your friendship. Terry, keep it going. Thanks so much.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Senator Griffith. We really appreciate you and the work and the dedication that you've done in this county and beyond. And now, ladies and gentlemen, our guest of honor, Frank Frazier.
I am so very, very excited to bring to you now someone who has been with CAAPA since the very, very beginning, displaying his art and sharing his visual talents. Artist extraordinaire, all the way from Dallas, Texas. Please welcome Frank Frazier.
Thank y'all for doing this. And the reason I'm doing this, I just miss being out there with the people. So this was just an opportunity to do something. But right now, you got to stay in because we want you around, especially you young people. So no matter what, you are the future. Thank you for your time, everybody. And I support all Black artists out there. I like being a Black artist too. Don't be ashamed of who we are, because we are who we are. Power to the people.
Thank you again, Frank.
And now, one of the initiatives that CAAPA is proud of programming is our youth. To help promote and encourage our young people, here to talk a little bit about our youth programs, our co-founder of the coalition, Pamela T. Simonson, who also happens to be my daughter, my little baby.
Thank you, Mommy.
And she's a soprano with the Washington National Opera Chorus. Yay!
Thank you so much. And thank you all for being here this evening. It has been such a pleasure thus far to hear the music, to watch the honorees be honored as they so deserve. Some of them are friends and colleagues of mine, and I'm just so delighted to be able to be a part of recognizing their work and their talents. And this evening, I wanted to just share a little bit about our CAAPA programming for youth. That is near and dear to my heart. And just recently, we had our third summer of our CAAPA camp, cultivating artists, musicians, and performers. And it was about 50 campers, ages 5 to 13. And we were so excited that we were finally able to come together in person to bring them an arts camp that we allowed for them to create music, dance, visual art, and theater. And it was a wonderful experience. And at the same time, we also have our scholarship program, and we also have our Opera for Fun program with CAAPA. And you can find out a lot more about our youth programming on our website. But I did want to bring up this evening a flautist, a young flautist that we met this summer at CAAPA camp. Her brother and sister were campers, and she and her sister came in and helped us throughout the camp as volunteers to work with our youth. And during that week, we found out how talented this young lady is. And so we wanted to feature her this evening. Her name is Layla Sermon, and she will now perform the Concerto Opus number 69, number 2, the Andante, by W.B. Malik.
Yes.
Here is Layla Sermon.
Yes. Such a wonderful talent and such a nice young lady as well. She needed to find out.
Brava, brava.
Brava.
Wonderful. And we'd also like to recognize not only is Ronald Walton our jazz ensemble director, but he has been accompanying this evening our artists. So let's give him a round of applause as well.
Yes.
Bravo,
Walton.
bravo.
Ronald Walton, yes.
We are going to now see a short video from our Overdue Recognition Gallery owner, Jackie Thompson.
This work is by Al Burtz. We have quite a few originals in here by him. And what's amazing about him, and no one really knows, but once you get up on it, pen and ink is what he does his work with. And he does colored pencil. And all of these originals are also on wood. There's no reproductions to them, so it would be a one-of-a-kind piece that you would own.
And now, here to introduce our next two honorees. She's already here. My baby, Pamela Simonson.
We are so delighted to take this opportunity to recognize two elements of CAAPA, without whom this organization would not be here today. And they both work enthusiastically for CAAPA. We are going to recognize the Volunteer of the Year and the Student of the Year. We will start with Miss Danae Barr. And Danae Barr is our Volunteer of the Year. Danae Barr, for your dedicated service to the arts community, for making an impact in the Howard County, Maryland community, for fostering the love and appreciation of Black classical musicians, youth, and others in the performing arts, for your continued support on behalf of Black classical musicians, and for your tireless efforts in helping to move forward the work of CAAPA. Danae Barr, the Coalition for African Americans in the Performing Arts, applauds and recognizes you in helping to bring color
to the classics.
I am just, frankly, I'm overwhelmed. CAAPA has just been such a special friend and partner and collaborator with me in bringing color to the classes. They are my ride or die, if you will. And we have done some brilliant collaborations in music and dance, and also what I love that we've done is we've reached different peoples, you know, multi-generational, multicultural, just celebrating our diversity and all of that. And I do want to give praises to God, hallelujah, praise the Lord for all the blessings. I do want to take a moment of silence though for those who were lost in 9/11. We will never forget you. And so I'm very deeply honored and blessed to be a part of the CAAPA family. And I look forward to what we continue to do in the future. It will be absolutely amazing.
Thank you very much, Danae Barr. Our next awardee is not present here this evening. However, we do want to recognize our youth of the year, Samira Jenkins.
Samira Jenkins, for your dedicated service to CAAPA as a student volunteer whose tireless efforts in helping in the CAAPA office doing administrative work, for your dedicated service in helping the CAAPA team at a variety of activities and events, for your enthusiastic service to the youth during the CAAPA camp, helping to cultivate their artistic ability, musical and performing arts talents, as well as being a role model and inspirational force to CAAPA youth ages 5 through 13. For having been a CAAPA camper yourself and moving up to counseling, and as a current high school student, for your continued support on behalf of Black classical musicians in helping to move forward the work of CAAPA. Samira Jenkins. The Coalition for African Americans in the Performing Arts applauds and recognizes you in helping
to bring color to the classics.
Congratulations.
Yes, Samara. Yes, keep up the good work, girl. You're doing good. And by the way, we have a vibrant community service program for our high school, junior, middle school, and high school students who need credits toward their graduation, as well as an internship program. We had an intern this summer who actually was hearing impaired, and she was able to teach some of our young people sign language to the music that they were performing. So again, kudos to Samara Jenkins for doing a fine work. Thank you very much. God bless you.
And now we will enjoy the sounds of our jazz ensemble, and they will be performing Naima by John Coltrane.
Let's give it up for the CAAPA Jazz Ensemble.
Yeah. Yeah. And now for our next awardee.
We are so happy to have With us, our next presenter, who is presenting the Arts Advocacy Award to baritone Kenneth Overton. Our presenter is Kirsten Piper Brown. Kirsten is also with the Gateways Music Festival and an accomplished radio host. And without further ado, welcome, Kirsten. Thank you for being with us today.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for having me. Grammy award-winning baritone Kenneth Overton is one of the most sought-after opera singers of our generation. He makes his Metropolitan Opera debut this fall as Lawyer Frazier in Porgy and Bess, and has sung around the globe at Carnegie Hall with New York City Opera, the San Francisco Opera, the National Philharmonic, Opera Montreal, the Royal Danish Opera, the Buffalo Philharmonic, Cape Town Opera. The list goes on. Kenneth is an award-winning host of the Black Opera Live podcast, an associate producer of the upcoming film Black Opera. Kenneth is an exceedingly diverse singer, performing new works and world premieres, operas, romantic classics, oratorio, symphonic works, musical theater, recitals, all. He's a clinician, producer, director, historian, podcaster, mentor, and if you haven't caught him in his magnificent développé in a modern dance sequence, you are missing out. Now, we all here and everyone out, wherever you may be, know that they can open a news article, listen to an interview, and learn everything about our wonderful Kenneth, but let me tell you about the Philly-born brother that I know and love. Kenny, or Mr. Gummy Bear, as he is affectionately called by my children, they bonded over some candy at some point, is a most tender, grounded, and generous, not soul, but higher spirit. When you get to know Kenneth in this realm, when you are blessed with that opportunity, you will love him unconditionally. Whether I got to celebrate his 100th performance as Porgy, as his Bessie, or finding that crucial beat in a John Adams world premiere in San Francisco, or just eating KFC and the most perfect donuts in Kentucky, I savor every opportunity we have to share time and a meal. He's a wonderful colleague, gentleman, friend, brother, partner, cook, babysitter. Kenny Overton, as I like to call him, is unlike any artist you will ever encounter. And I am honored to invite you to see him as I see him, the extraordinary man with the extraordinary voice who offers himself and sacrifices much for his colleagues and for those who are still yet to come. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, I am proud to present to you my friend, Kenneth Overton.
Wow. Wow.
The Arts Advocacy Award is presented to Kenneth Overton for your outstanding accomplishments as a Grammy Award-winning baritone who has been seen and heard on stages around the world. For your achievements as co-founder and artistic director of Opera Noir of New York for over a decade, as an advocate in creating a performing arts organization created to empower African-American artists to reach their full creative potential in a creative, supportive environment, as the creator and host of Black Opera Live, as associate producer of the film, and for your undying commitment to inspire the virtual community during the pandemic, and for your continued advocacy and support on behalf of Black classical musicians. Kenneth Overton, the Coalition for African Americans in the Performing Arts, applauds you in helping bringing color to the classics. Yes. Congratulations.
Wow. Can you all hear me? Awesome. I'm sort of blown away. I wrote something down, and then I had told myself I'm not going to cry, because what Kirsten said really, really touched me. I didn't know what she was going to say. I said, you know, just say what you want, go with your heart. And she said, I got you. And that was beautiful. Thank you, sister. I love you, love you, love you, love you. So first, I have to give all praise, honor, glory, and thanks to my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, from whom all my blessings flow. I cannot tell you how God shows up in my life so much, so often, and so much bigger than I could ever have dreamt. I have to thank Terry and Pamela and Victor and the entire CAAPA family for not only recognizing me in this way, but also for the work that you do in our community for our people, and in particular for our children. Thank you for doing that work, because we have to take care of that. We have to secure that legacy and continue it. And one of the biggest ways is through our young people. So thank you for that. And it's a blessing, truly a blessing, to be here and amongst you and our people, and to be honored and recognized in this way. It's nothing like it. I have to thank my family, the ones that God gave me, my parents, in particular my nieces, my three biggest heartbeats in there, why I work so hard, because I want to leave the world to them in a better place than when I got it. I want to say congratulations to my fellow honorees tonight, those that I know and do not know, but in particular, Karen Slack, like, you are my sister from a different mister, like, for real, like all the way back to high school. Like, and your friendship and sisterhood and love really got me through this pandemic, like, for real. And I love you so much. And Nicole and Larry, I'm inspired by your greatness and your gifts and what you give to the world. So let's all continue to be great. And let's all continue to encourage one another, and make room and space for those coming behind us who are watching us and believing in us and trusting us with the legacy that was handed down to us. I have to thank my Black Opera family, Jonathan Estabrooks and Miranda Plant, for helping me build the platform for the talk show Black Opera Live, because, like Karen, it was born out of sheer boredom in this pandemic. I had to do something to get myself up off the couch out of serious depression for losing something that we all lost that was so precious that none of us were really prepared for. But it always gives me great pleasure and honor to celebrate Black people, to celebrate those whose names we know, the names that the industry and society teaches us that we should, but also, and maybe even more importantly, the names that we sometimes don't know. I'm all about giving people their flowers while they are here, allowing them to share their gifts and their stories, because everybody's stories matter. And that's what the Black Opera Live platform is about. And I was very intentional about having a full year of celebrating Black excellence across classical music. And so thank you to everybody who appeared on the show, everybody who watched the show, and you can still watch it on YouTube if you missed any episodes. But I'm just grateful, and I received this recognition from CAAPA as not only an honor, but as a responsibility to continue to do more, to continue to be better, to continue to share more. So this is not a plateau. It's not resting on my laurels. I want you all, the community, to hold me accountable for continuing to celebrate us in the best way that I possibly can. So God bless you. I will leave you with one of my favorite lines from a Maya Angelou poem called To Our Grandmothers. And the line is, I come as one, but I stand as 10,000. So thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Can I call you Mr. Gummy Bear too? Thank you so much, Kenneth. We're so proud of what the work that you're doing and have done and will continue undoubtedly continuing the work in the future. Thank you, and God bless you for helping us to bring color to the classics. And now we're going to have a second selection from our aspiring opera singer, Ayanna Freeland. Ayanna is a recent graduate of Morgan State University, and which is where CAAPA does master classes every year, and we have been doing so through our masterclass series, spearheaded by Angela Renee Simpson. The masterclass was founded by, at one of our board meetings, George Shirley, Angela Simpson, and Izakiah Savage were at that meeting, and they felt a need to reach out to the college community, and thus began the CAAPA masterclass series. And Ayanna was a part of one of our master classes, so she is a master class alum. Brava. Brava. Yes. Ayana Friedland, masterclass alum and huge supporter of the coalition. Thank you so much. And now, just a short video, a little more art. After all, this is Melody of Art.
We have the late Anthony Armstrong. We still have some of his work. We actually lost this artist in January. We lost him. And it was really something when we lost him, how his work went up in value, and it's still going up in value, and people are in demand for it. And this is one of his more popular pieces. He does Cubism work, so they compare his work a lot to Picasso. And this is a limited edition Jaclay as well, and they're getting very rare to find. So our newest piece to the gallery is called The Ballot Box, and this is the piece here. It's a Jaclay on paper, and this is it custom framed, so it's all preserved. And Charlie Palmer is one of our mid-career artists. He's doing very well, and this is his pieces are very hard to find. So this piece he did just for the election. He said he wanted to bring out a piece to help people understand how important it is to vote this November. And as you can see, when he was telling me about the piece, there is actually, I don't know if you could see in the background here, but there's slave ships, there's people marching, and he wanted to express how these people back in 1965, they would get dressed up to go vote. And that's how important it was, and that he wanted to express that to let us know how important it is for us to go vote. So this is here available at the gallery. There's 200 in the edition, and it's selling pretty fast. Yeah, it's doing really well for us.
I have the distinct honor and privilege to present the next and final award for the evening, the superstar tenor, Lawrence Burley. I'm going to take a moment of personal privilege because I know Lawrence Burley. I call him Larry, as most of his friends do. I've had the honor of following the career of Lawrence Burley for over the last 14 years, and that happened because the great arts patron, Mrs. Mame Holt, took me to one of his recitals presented by Washington Concert Opera. Actually, it was a duet concert with soprano Sarah Coburn, who they just released the CD recording in Puritani. Congratulations, Larry. I had to just put that aside in there. But again, Lawrence has sung all over the world, and again, it's my distinct privilege to present this award. Arts Leadership Award presented to Lawrence Burley for your exceptional performances as a tenor on the international stage, for your leadership in launching the Sit Down with LB, exploring the experience of being an African-American opera singer as a passionate advocate for diverse initiatives, working with companies and engaging civic organizations in creating programs and experiences to expand opera audiences, as a leader in serving as an ambassador for opera, for peace, and for your undying commitment to inspire the virtual community during the pandemic, and for your continued advocacy and support on behalf of Black classical musicians. Lawrence Larry Brownlee, the Coalition for African Americans in the Performing Arts, applauds you for helping to bring color to the classics. Congratulations, Larry.
Yes, Larry Brownlee. He gave me permission to call him Larry.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh, thank you, Patrick, my bow tie brother. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for that wonderful introduction and what I consider a tribute. You know, I am honored to receive this award from the Coalition of African Americans in the Performing Arts. Anything I do is always in the service of my people. And as a proud representative of my family, my race, my community, and my fraternity, which is CAAPA, and everybody's keeps saying CAAPA, and I'm like, okay, I love CAAPA, so now I have two CAAPAs to love. I always have thought that giving back is important to me. And when COVID began, to be honest, I felt compelled. Like Kenneth and Karen and others mentioned, out of boredom, we're sitting there and we know we have these abilities to do other things. I was sitting in that same space, but also I was feeling dismal. I was feeling I wouldn't say that I was in depression, but I felt like I was in a place that I had to get motivated and to do something. And I felt compelled to do something specifically for young singers of color. And along with my colleagues, those being represented today, I hear the word colleagues, but I have to say that these are my family. This is my family. I talk very often to Karen and to Kenny and to Nicole. And the senator, I don't know personally, but I know that it comes from a place of genuinely wanting to do something for others. And I was a part of that, wanting to do something for my people. And so I wanted to be a resource, as they did, a resource for those coming up in the ranks and who were looking for guidance. And we all started our various things that we did. And the thing I love about individuality and being, unique in who we are, all of our shows were somewhat unique. They were different and they had different spins, but they all came with the same energy and fervor and desire to do something that would touch others. And so I want to applaud all of them, all of my colleagues that are being honored today and being presented with these awards that they are absolutely worthy of. And myself, I want to thank all the people that were part of my series that helped, when I was doing some of the virtual performances, also the sit down with LB. I, like them, had the honor of talking with some of the greats. I got a chance to talk with George Shirley and Simon Estes and Florence Corbar and Vincent Cole and Martina Arroyo and Denise Graves. And these for all of us, we are standing on the shoulders of all of these who came before us. And so to get a chance for the young singers and the young people in this business to learn and glean from these seasoned veterans and those who have presented themselves as people to learn from and people who were guiding others, it meant a lot to me as well. So I'm thankful for all of those people who definitely did all those things, and all of my other colleagues who who weren't honored tonight, but who were putting positivity out there in the atmosphere. It was an important time, and I think it meant a lot to a lot of people. I am committed to continuing my work as a singer, advocate, and activist with the hope of empowering people, those who look like me. Again, I am honored and want to thank Terry, Victor, Pamela, and all those at CAAPA, the second CAAPA that I love, and everyone at CAAPA for this humbly honor. I am very, very honored to have received this award. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for just being a pillar of the Black classical music community in your songs and your stage presence and everything that you're doing. Keep up the good work, and thank you so much for helping us to get through the pandemic. And now, without further ado, before we leave you this evening, I would like to take a moment to remind you to visit our website. And I wouldn't be a good executive director if I didn't ask you for some money. So now, if you could just take out your MasterCard, your Visa, your PayPal, or whatever it is that you make donations with, if you wouldn't mind, please, considering making a donation to the Coalition for African Americans in the Performing Arts. As I mentioned in the beginning of our evening, if you think of our acronym CAAPA, that stands for Community Outreach, Arts Education, Audience Development, Performance Opportunities, and Arts Partnerships. We're just trying to do the work, and we can do it only with your support. Would you be so kind to consider making a donation? Thank you very much. And now, while we are still in the midst of the pandemic, please keep in mind that we are trying to uplift our community through the music. So here we will have our final selection from our esteemed CAAPA Jazz Ensemble, spearheaded by the music director, Ronald Walton, on piano, Percy White on bass, and Angel Bethea on drums. Welcome once again, the CAAPA Jazz Ensemble, One Note by Carlos Joe Ben.
Everybody left. So this is the credit. This is the final credit.
Yeah, but they're not doing it, so I'm just going to tell them to scratch it. I'm just going to tell them to scratch it. Yes. Yes, 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 yes.
On behalf of the Coalition for African Americans in the Performing Arts, we thank you so much for joining us this evening. And we're now joined at the rostrum by, oh, I thought we were joined by Pamela Thompson. Oh,
Oh, there she is. There
I'm
she
a
is.
Thank you all so much for coming this evening. Thank you to the Overdue Recognition Gallery here in Bowie, Maryland. If you are in the area, please come visit their space. It's beautiful.
And thank you so much to all of our staff, our team, our production team. Let's give them a big hand for the wonderful, wonderful job that they have done here at the Overdue Recognition Gallery. To all of our volunteers, we have wonderful volunteers who help to make tonight possible and who will help make this season possible. If you want to become a part of the CAAPA family, we implore you to write an email to info@4 CAAPA, CAAPA.org. Please join us on Facebook. Tell your friends, spread the word. Join us, follow us on Instagram and Twitter, and just become a part of us. What are we doing?
Bringing color to the classics.
Thank you, and good night.
Good night.
Yes.
That's it. Good job. Beautiful.